So we were founded in September 2003, and we were to take forward the regeneration of the area. So at the time, Wellhouse was #1 in the sort of index of deprivation. Over the years, we have developed into different areas of the community. So we also work up in Provan Hall, and we work in Calby and various other areas in Easterhouse. One of our main goals was having something for all ages within the community, so chasing the community as a whole rather than just one section of it. So we have youth work, elderly services, walking clubs, allotments, sports activities, and anything basically that's community led.
The last 6 months, obviously coronavirus, we had lockdowns, our services kind of had to change to adjust to delivering the kind of services that people needed going through that time.
Really immense what the project staff have been able to do during COVID. Whilst a lot of folk weren't able to do anything, the project staff were still busily working away, making sure local residents could eat, had food, had heating, electricity and the things that you need just to get through normal life.
So everything changed, so we had to close down everything. Job clubs all stopped and all went online. Our youth services went online. The food bags and everything else was one way that we could still connect with our elderly residents and other adults that we would work with normally on a day-to-day basis. So within a week of the lockdown sort of getting announced and it was going to happen, within that week we had actually got together with various other partners, including FAIR and other housing associations in the area, to say, like, what can we do here? We also secured some money for giving emergency white goods furniture. Because again, if you're giving food, if people got something to cook it on, that was becoming apparent over the time as well.
At the moment, through the pandemic, it's been an absolute lifeline for a lot of people. Having the food packages being delivered and my personal thing, I've had my kids at home during lockdown. I've been shielding myself, so having that outreach from them has been just unbelievably helpful. And I'm assuming through the community that's been widespread. Not just here in Wellhouse, but the other areas that Community Connect managed to work in.
There we go. Do you guys think that looks like me? Yep. No. No. Yep. Yeah. Put your hands up if you think that looks like me. There we go then.
The youth services in general look at health and well-being, education and employment skills for the older ones as well, so it's always about progression for them. So whether it's improving their health, and that means getting out and doing all the sports activities, so we have a range of things that we do with them, the badminton, the tennis and basketball, etc. that goes on. But they also get help with the homework and the education side of things, and take part in healthy living workshops, cookery classes, life skills.
To be able to come somewhere locally that you're familiar with staff that you're familiar with, is absolutely hugely important. And the earlier that you can, have that contact with young people, the better and more receptive they are to that as well, I think.
My grandkid came to the club and they love it, just outside running about, kicking balls and drawing and whatever they're doing for the kids. Other areas come out, other kids will come out and they love it.
The impact that Connect can have and the local facility here has is immense. I mean, I grew up when we didn't really have anything, so I was 10 when I came here, which is 30 odd years ago. We didn't have anything like Connect way back then, so I think I was one of the last generations that used to hang about the streets and a whole range of stuff, and it was mainly because there was nothing else to do. And then Connect come along and totally transformed the area. I don't see any youths congregating anywhere. So I think that's testament to the options that Connect can provide young people in particular, locally. So absolutely fantastic, and it makes me immensely proud that I'm able to kind of contribute to that.
I think that the allotments is like the jewel in the crown. I think that everyone loves going to the allotments. They're just there's such a good vibe round there.
Allotments was started just as a growing project, with, in the community having a plot and people having plots, but yes, it's grown into something I don't think any of us expected it to be.
We've got animals in here. We've got chickens, we've got hens, we've got birds. The school kids come in the summer and they get to play with the animals. Or the community, people in the community have got a lot of allotments where they grow their own fruit and veg, stuff like that.
From a men's side of things, there's not enough, I don't think, out there for men to participate in. I think that a lot of time people think men will just go to football and that's it, you know, or a sports sort of activity, whereas allotments is now really showing the way that, you know, people want to talk, you know, like just the talking side of things from a mental health point of view, while doing something physically active is really good.
The staff and the volunteers over there are absolutely fantastic. So it is, for me, it is like a crown jewel. It's one of the first major developments that Connect, you know, on the ground had, and it's been there for a long time now, and it would be absolutely missed if it was to go.
The lunch club, it was originally Grace Andrews that started it at first, and then I came on board with other people. We do a 3-course meal which is $2.50, and they have a wee game of bingo.
When COVID hit, obviously there was not much we could do. The rules were the rules, but a lot of our pensioners did contact us and said, you know, it's the only thing they come out for during the week, you know. So it's a complete lifeline to a lot of pensioners in the area. So yeah, we're absolutely 100% wanting that back within the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
That's why we done the hello service, so we were checking in with people that we had on our database that we know accesses our services, so we were phoning them up to make sure that they, you know, just to let them know that we're there.
I think sometimes because you've run it for so long, you don't actually realise sometimes the real impact. You know, you're seeing them every week, you're integrating with them, but you need to, that's really important, I suppose, that they get back out and integrate with each other again. So.
The people of the lunch club, I can't praise them enough for their help and support when we were running, and hopefully they'll be back sometime soon.
Here at ReConnect, we take donations from the public, housing associations and councils of furniture, white goods and all other household items. What we aim to do is to either recycle these items or upcycle them, and then we sell them back to housing association tenants, council tenants and any other person that may enter our showroom at discounted prices. With money received from these items being sold, the funds go back into our parent company Connect Community Trust, which then puts the money back into the community via youth clubs, lunch clubs and youth groups.
I run Rosh Kaikansaki. We use the facility here. It's kindly gifted by Connect. So Iaido is the practice of the Japanese sword. It's non-contact and it's usually a sole practice. Being here in the facility run by Connect Trust, it's very important for us that we have a available space that can suitably accommodate what we do. So it's good to be able to have this facility here that we can then take, use it and also make that widespread. We've used this for events, welcoming different practitioners from all over the UK and hoping to make this a hub for the community, not just for myself at the club that I run, but for youth facilities and any other different activities that we can run via here.
We've took this building over and hopefully we get the funding to extend it. Well, that's our youth club, office, Connect, everything will be under the one roof then.
It's a long-term plan, but we're hoping that this eventually will become not just a big centre for Wellhouse, but also for the further afield that we can attract in different parts of different communities and welcome everybody from all walks of life to be able to use the facilities here.
Plans for Connect for the future is developing on our partnerships. I think building on that and thinking about different projects and stuff like that we want to work on. I know that we're going to focus a lot on youth employability and working with people that have been recently made redundant, and we've got plans to roll out more intensive digital inclusion, because we see how important that was through lockdown as well.
We're hoping from this now that we can take what we've learned through COVID and also the links that we've made in the community and with local tenants and people, that we can continue to grow that into a bigger, more structured, community involved organisation.
It's been a huge learning curve for me over the last 6 months. Obviously, you know, the pandemic's totally unprecedented. So for us as an organisation, you know, that one of the key things was the resilience in the staff here. And actually it's been really brought home how important the services we provide are.
Our plan is to bring everything back basically as quickly as possible that we can. As I said, you know, we know people out there are needing our services. You know, there is a reason why all of these services go on, and it's because people need them. Yeah, we're excited about where we're just going to go over the next year. But yeah, it'll be tough, but we'll get through it.
I'd really like to thank Pauline for bringing me on as part of the board and giving me the opportunity to help in the community and give back to a place that I've lived in and loved for 34 years.
Hi, this is Ivan McKee, MSP, and I'm delighted to support Connect Community Trust. Connect's a great example of the power of community-led organisations that let local voices be heard, creating long-lasting, fit-for-purpose services that the community really needs, creating employment, training and volunteer opportunities for local people. Delighted to support Connect and great to see them going from strength to strength.
I would like to thank all of my colleagues for, because we've just supported each other quite a lot over the past wee while. Everybody just mucks in and gets on with it, and I think we were a really good team.
Hi from everybody at Provan Hall Housing Association. We'd just like to say a huge congratulations to Connect Community Trust for another really successful year. We've been delighted to work in partnership with them over this year, and I can't praise them enough for the work they've done in our local community, and particularly during the coronavirus outbreak. We'd like to give a huge thank you to them, and particularly all the volunteers who stepped up and helped those most in need in the community. And without you, I don't know where local people would have been. It would have been a much more difficult situation for a lot of people. We're looking forward to continue to work with you and to build on our partnership working, and here's to another successful year.
I would love to send a huge thank you to all the staff and all the volunteers that have helped Connect be what it is over the last number of years. And a huge big thank you also to the board, who have assisted me bedding into to being the new chair and stuff like that. It's been absolutely amazing. And a special thank you to our Chief Executive, Pauline, as well, who has been at the forefront of making all these decisions, or a lot of these decisions, in conjunction with the board, and actually then putting the boots on the ground.
Hi, I'm Councillor Elaine Ballantyne. I'm the councillor for the Bailison Ward, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the staff and volunteers at Connect Community Trust for all the work they've done the past year, especially the last 6 months, where they have delivered food bags, activity packs to children, and the fuel packs to residents. The work that Connect Community Trust has done over the past year has to be commended, and I can't thank you enough.
I'd like to thank all our partners out there and the housing associations that we work with, and most importantly, I suppose, is the community. So local people actually driving us forward. So without them, we wouldn't have the ideas, we wouldn't be where we are. So massive thank you to the local people that actually run the organisation.
I've really found a place here at Connect Community Trust where I'm enjoying myself back out in the community, and I would recommend anybody round the community, round Wellhouse or this area, to drop in and see Connect Community Trust, and because we've got a lot to offer the community around here. And thanks very much. Just like to thank Community Jobs Scotland for the opportunity, because this has been great for me personally. Thanks, bye.
The sky's the limit for...
Oh aye, that's my prediction, yes.